Section 107 fair use allows us to talk about it, and that's what we are here to do. Please do not go out of your way to dislike anybody we talk about in this video. It is for entertainment and reaction purposes only. It's my opinion and my opinion only. Honey, not Miss Tresie over there with the SEX 101 podcast. Honey, I'm trying not to laugh. Now, let me tell you something, honey. It took me, I know this a little old, but it took me a day or two to try and scan through that because I was actually really shocked. And I don't know if I was shocked at the age of the women that was talking about this kind of conversation. Like, I know older women got to get their spice up and keep it going too, because, you know, they still living and they still going and things like that. But it just reminded me, I'm 39 years old. When I looked at the two women that was on the panel talking about this conversation, it made me think of like my friends' parents, right? Like they having this kind of conversation, and it just made me feel uncomfortable. It just made me feel some type of way. The language that they were using to talk about sex and fellatio and getting bent over on the patio, the balcony, all this other kind of stuff, it really threw me for a loop. Because at one point, right, not sister Mary Tresie that is up here talking about this kind of stuff. And I noticed that the woman that she was having a conversation with, none of them were using the term husband. Do this for your man. Do that for your man. Well, if you on here and you preaching the gospel, you ain't even supposed to be having sex out of wedlock. So maybe if you would have made it a members only party and said that it was for married women only, and, you know, let's spice it up and things like that, people could have took it a different way. But you coming on here one day cooking up fish and frying up salmon and whatnots, and you barely talking. And when you do talk, you saying, get up, get up, get up, get it started, get God in your life, and you motivating people. And then the next minute, yeah, you go into the After Dark special on your channel. It throws people for a loop. And honey, the comments over there had me cracking up. I don't know if y'all took a look at the comment section. But see, that's why it be taking me a few days to report on some stuff, because I got to see what the people in the replay gonna say, okay? And they was telling her, this ain't it. This ain't for you. And she down there and she arguing with them. It's my channel, and so what? But the main thing that they are saying on there is the app doesn't fall far from the tree. And you know exactly what they're over there saying. They're like, we see why Peach is over here and she does the whole sex conversation all the time, why she got 9 kids and everything else. And I'm sitting over here in the back of my head and I'm like, ding dong, that is a good link. But that's also a good link to why, and I ain't being funny when I say this, Tresie got all these baby daddies, right? I'm like, ding dong, and that's why your daughter over there with 9 kids and half of them ain't even by the man she married to. And it's just like, oh, it made me look in a totally different light. I told y'all a long time ago, that chest piece that Tresie got, honey, let me just say something about tattoos. A lot of true Christian people don't believe in having tattoos, okay? And it says some things in the Bible about tattoos, all right? I got some, so I don't judge. But to make a bold statement and get your name all the way across your chest, I told y'all that was about to come out, right? The Tresie that's tattooed on that chest was going to eventually come out. That cooking and being silent and family time and praise and worship. No, the real her came out that night when she made that video. And then see, when Peach says, oh, when I was growing up, I used to see my mom doing this, that, and everything else, locking me out the house while she was over there getting her freak on. And y'all know I'm using words so I don't get struck, right? And remember, I told y'all, I believe that Peach went through some of that stuff. But the bathing in the dirty bath water and the I don't have toys and throwing my Barbies away and all that other stuff, some of that sound far-fetched. But when she said I was having to sit out on the porch and hear her, you know, over there going crazy and ham and getting down with her boyfriend, girlfriend, whoever else, you know, I was like, ooh, that sounded a little real. Because when I look at Tresie, right, and the way that Tresie acts and the way that Tresie dances, I'm like, Tresie gonna bust loose eventually and let people know who the real her is. And she finally has. I mean, I'm gonna tell you, there's nothing wrong, like I said, with being spicy or whatever with the person that you with. But, you know, sometimes privacy is the best way to go. What you doing for your man, you don't need to teach another woman to come and do to your man and snatch him up. But the fact that y'all were over there talking about fellatio, and once again, I'm using words, you know, not to get struck, and y'all was saying it just so wild and so rough and talking about going out on the patio and in the garage and doing this and doing that and changing your hair color and spinning and dipping and flipping. And I'm thinking to myself, looking at these two ladies, they don't look like they doing either one of those. It don't. Is y'all just talking to be talking, or what is it? I mean, a lot of people had left the chat when she was live. They thought it was disgusting. A lot of people in the comments are like, ugh, can you go back to your old content? Because this is rough. But it just shows why Peach is over there doing, the humpity dumpity out there on the sidewalk. It shows why Peach is always winding it up and grinding it down to the ground. She is a product of her mother, right? She believes that, hey, that's the best way to keep them. That's why we always at the SEX store, and that's why I'm over here bending, flipping, dipping. Ugh. I mean, none of it makes sense, bottom line to me. And to get out here and share it, I mean, like I said, you could have did it in a classier way if that's a conversation you want to have. You could have said, hey, ladies, we're going to have a grown woman conversation. I'm going to put on members only. If any of my members are married women that want to step in, then we'll tell you how to spice it up and do some things like that. But no, Tresie just went head first. And then the fact of the matter is she was live. And while she was live, she was talking to other people in the house. So you just felt free. You know her son lives there, right? I would not feel free or comfortable to sit there with my son in the background. I don't care if he grown. I don't care a dang how old he is, having conversations like that. And I wouldn't want to be speaking like that on a public platform in front of my husband as well. I would feel embarrassed. But hey, I guess Tresie grew a set of nuts overnight and came out here doing it. I don't know if y'all caught it and was thinking about it, but honey, I had to get out here and say something. I'm going to see y'all in the comments below.